What up, what up, what up? Dusty Boaz Henry here. Boaz standing for the believer of the Alpha and the Omega. Z is the last letter in the alphabet, so therefore it represents the Omega. Henry standing for high earning, not rich yet. But I'm still dusty. I'm dusty over here. I'm real dusty. So in the last video, the one right before this, we were reading out of the book of Jonah. We started in the book of Jonah. And I want to continue that here today. Same day. I want to continue that and get this flowing. We're going to continue. We read verses 1 through 3 in the last video. Click on that if you haven't seen that. But today we're going to start with 4. And it looks like the Message version already has it broken out with 4 through 6. So we're going to do that today. I don't know what we're going to do for... We're just going to have to cluster these together for the rest of chapter 1. Because as you can see, each verse is broken out into its own thing, but not a part of 1, 2. So we're going to have to work through that one. But today, with the Message version, we're going to continue with Jonah chapter 1. On the Message version, we're going to go 4 through 6. And we're going to see what the Bible says about that, the basic instructions before leaving earth. We're going to start with the Message version. Jonah chapter 1, beginning at verse 4. But God. I just want to stop right there. We done already said a whole lot. It doesn't matter what happened before this. Because when God gets involved, the whole story is his. It's his. He takes over. He comes on the scene, changes it up, and all that tomfoolery we were doing before he got involved don't even matter. I love it. I love it. I got a magnet on my refrigerator. It says, but God. And then it's got a circle with a line through it, because after that, God is involved and we just do what he says. He's going to do what he wants to do anyway. But God sent a huge storm at sea, the waves towering. So, for context, in case you haven't seen the last video, Jonah done did what he ain't supposed to be doing. He done got on this boat, going the opposite way. Done figured out that, hey, if I go the opposite way, that voice that woke me up in the middle of the night told me to go to Nineveh. We're going to go to Tarshish instead, and I'm going to hop on this boat. But God sent a huge storm at sea. The waves were towering on this boat. The ship was about to break into pieces. The sailors were terrified. They called out in desperation to their gods. Little G, you notice that? Hold on, let me highlight it for you. See that little G right there? Bloop, bloop, bloop. Not the real one. Not even the fake one. Just something that some dude done made up. They called out in desperation to their gods. They threw everything they were carrying overboard to lighten the ship. Meanwhile, Jonah had gone down into the hold of the ship to take a nap. He was sound asleep. The captain came to him and said, "What's this? Sleeping? Get up. Pray to your little g God. Maybe your little g God will see we're in trouble and rescue us." And I want to call out here the reason why it's little g, because these are the same heathens that were worshiping all these other clowns. So this captain doesn't know that Jonah is with the God, the only God, the Alpha and the Omega. So he's saying, man, pray to whoever you want to pray to get us out of this situation. And get up. I don't know why you down here sleeping. What kind of mess is this? Now, as tradition with this channel, we'll switch it over to the New American Standard Version. And we'll still read Jonah chapter 1. Jonah 1 out of the New American Standard Version, beginning at verse 4. Jonah 1, verse 4. However, still a conjunction. The Lord hurled a great wind on the sea, and there was this great storm on the sea, so that the ship was about to break up. And then the sailors became afraid, and every man cried out to his little g God, and they started hurling the cargo which was in the ship into the sea to lighten it for them. But Jonah had gone below into the stern of the ship, had lain down and fallen sound asleep. I want to touch on that. So the captain approached him and said, say brother, hey, how is it that you sleeping down here? If you get up and call on your God, perhaps your God will be concerned about us so that we will not perish. So let's jump into this. Let me get this screen action going. Let me get that screen action. Look, check this out. You know, the last time a man would sleep on the boat during the big old storm, that was Jesus. Straight up, that was Jesus. Look it up. We'll look it up together. This boat tossing and turning, and you down here sleeping. I know you ain't down here sleeping. Hey, man, I know you ain't down. Man, if you don't get up and pray to whoever it is you going to pray to, and so that we don't die out here, that we won't get stuck, we won't be drowning out here, we about to not have a ship, and you down here sleep. Man, we about to toss you overboard. Get up. Get up. Jonah, you think you going to run off to Tarshish and that a sea ain't going to come and bust up your ship? So let me get this straight. Let me make sure I got this right. You sleep, you drool. You good. Yeah, you know. That's like Homer Simpson when he be sleeping. Okay, and the drool coming down. You down here asleep. I'm not talking about you on the ship yet. You down here sleeping, you like, go to Nineveh. And you know, man, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Go to Nineveh. Their wickedness has offended me. You know what? I shouldn't have ate that spicy food before I went to bed. Because now I'm here. Am I here? Stop. Man, let me go back to sleep. Go to Nineveh. You know what? You know what? I'm going to go to Tarshish because I don't know what I had to eat last night. But this whole go to Nineveh, I ain't doing that. I'm finna hide. Get on the ship. I'm right back to sleep. Because clearly I didn't get any sleep last night because the voice kept on waking me up. Okay, I'm ad-libbing a little bit, right? Well, and I shouldn't do that. I really shouldn't do that. So we on the ship, we sleep. It's like the boat tossing and turning. And all that screaming going on upstairs, not in the stern of the ship, on the top of the ship, all the sailors throwing stuff. We're gonna die. God, please save us. And I can't say what their gods were. It's so funny. Their gods aren't even mentioned. Their gods aren't even mentioned of who the God of the sea, the God of the wind, the God of the waves. Did they have God of the water? I know they got the God of war. That's a video game. But none of them matter. The video game didn't matter. The sea, the wind, all them little G's didn't matter. And the captain say, man, if you don't get your butt up and pray to your God, maybe we won't perish. Because look, we about to die out here, brother. And you down here asleep like ain't nothing going on. And that's got me concerned. I'll tell you what, if I was that captain, and I'm not a believer captain. Clearly I'm not a believer captain. But I believe enough to say, didn't we pick up a passenger that wanted to go to Tarshish? Did he already fall overboard? Nah, he ain't fall over. Dude down there asleep, man. Twin down there asleep, cuz. I know he ain't. No, I got to go see this for myself. I know he ain't down here. Man, if you don't wake up down here, you down here asleep. Pray to your God, man. And Jonah down there like, maybe I'm the one that is causing all of this, you know. I'm not really supposed to be going to Tarshish, you know. I thought it was that spicy food that I had last night. But y'all saying there's a problem? Y'all saying there's a problem about that? Yeah, the whole ship is about to break apart because we done ran into some crazy storm and where the waves are huge and we got all the sailors up there praying to Bobby Laba and all of them clowns. And we ain't getting, we're not getting any results with Shumalipu and Fifi Lahla. I'm just making up some names to drive the point home. So we need to. Who is your God? Yahweh. Yahweh? Well, okay, well, pray to him and see what goes on because we need all the help that we can get out here because Shini Lala isn't replying to us and we praying to him and throwing stuff overboard and we ain't getting anywhere. So we need all the help. So that's all I'm going to say about this one because there isn't really any more to say and stay in the context of verses 4 through 6. So we're going to leave it there. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We about right on time. You know, we about right on time. Because there isn't really a whole lot of difference between the New American Standard Version and this one. And let me just flip it over to the Message version one more time. See what we're working with. Waves towering, sailors terrified, lighting the ship. Bruh man that took a nap. He sound asleep. He was woken up all night. Kept on telling him to go to Nineveh and you want to go to Tarshish. Hey man, what is all this sleeping you got going on down here? Man, if you don't get off my ship with all this sleeping, we about to die out here and you sleeping? Maybe your God will see us and rescue us. You ever think about that? You down here sleeping? Like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know that you're out here. Because we're not finna be sleep on this ship and have these waves overtaking us and you ain't even tried to pray to your God. You down here asleep. You can't make this stuff up. Hey, this is good stuff. Yeah, right here in the book. Oh, man. You know, that Jonah, a wild boy for that one. You know, I don't know how he thought he was going to get away from that one, how he was going to run away from the president. You're going to run away from the voice that done woke you up in the middle of the night. You reading this book on a regular basis, or maybe you're not reading the book. Maybe this is the only exposure that you had to the Bible, but this story resonates with you. You had something that was in your soul, in your inner being. You had a little voice that said, you know, that stripper, I really shouldn't mess with her. She ain't no good. She already got 3 kids and 5 baby daddies. She already got, all right, that's literally impossible, but I'm being funny. She already got 3 kids and then she still want to, you know, she not locked down by any of them, so maybe I shouldn't mess with that stripper. And it may not even be a involvement with a relationship. It may be, maybe I shouldn't poison the neighbor's dog. Maybe I shouldn't set this trap for an innocent person to walk into and harm themselves or be injured or have something bad or have something happen to them that they don't want to happen to them. Maybe I shouldn't do those kind of things because deep down I want to be a good person. Deep down I want to be a person of integrity and that people aren't just automatically afraid of. Maybe I want to follow these basic instructions before leaving Earth and be known as a good person before I check up out of here. Dusty Boaz Henry Boaz standing for the believer of the Alpha and the Omega. Z is the last letter in the alphabet, so therefore it represents the Omega. Henry standing for high earning, not rich yet. But I'm not going to be sleeping on this ship. And it's about to be busted up into pieces because I done decided to go to Tarshish rather than going where I was told in the middle of the night to Nineveh. And I'm still dusty. I'm out. Peace.